Stop staring at me. I love you. But stop staring at me. Okay. Hey guys, it's Kira bringing you another sweltering episode. Behind me is a plant called Borage, and when I first planted it and transferred outside, I thought it was a completely different plant entirely, because if I thought what it actually was, I wouldn't have planted as much. As you can see, it's taking up this whole corner of my bed. I originally thought I purchased sage, and the package also said sage. Now, I am a huge sage fan. I put sage pretty much almost in every dish I cook. I just love it so much. Sage and thyme, my number 2. Sage being perennial, and because I use so much of it to harvest and dry, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do 5 plants worth of sage, just like I did 5 plants worth of thyme. So when it came to transplant day, I put it in the bed and it immediately took off. It was doing wonderful. I'm like, wow, I'm gonna have so much sage. I'm super pumped. But then later on, I think when it was probably like 4 or 5 inches off the ground and started producing these really broad leaves, up close, I looked at them like, this is odd. This doesn't look like sage. And then I felt them, and it almost felt like lamb's ear. I'm like, okay, this is definitely not sage. I have no idea what the heck I'm growing. I need to find out. And at this point, it didn't have any blooms on it. So I used the Plant Finder app, and it came up with a positive ID for borage. And I've only slightly heard of borage at this point, but I was kind of pretty bummed out that it wasn't sage, because now I'm left sageless. You know, all the seed stores are sold out of all this stuff. Like, I can't get it. Anyway, so I did more research into borage, and turns out all of it's edible. The leaves, the stem, the flower. The leaves taste like cucumbers, so that's kind of cool. And people like to saute the leaves and use it for stuffing a whole bunch of different things. I think I'm gonna try making some borage raviolis. And it has produced tons of beautiful blue flowers. The bees have been all over it. So at the end of the day, I'm not too upset about it, but it was just a very strange process of coming to the conclusion that this is not what I originally thought was growing. So even when you think you're certain that you bought something, you know, life always kind of throws you a curve, and might not be what you wanted, but you know what you needed. So, thank you for listening to my story and experience about discovering borage. I definitely think I will be growing it next year. Definitely not this much. Like, this is too much borage, I think, at this point. But nonetheless, you know, I probably never would have purchased this if I didn't, you know, by accident. So, that's cool. Alright, thanks guys for joining me on my little fun, quirky story. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.